Alright guys, this is the Michael Myers fanatic here to answer some questions for a YouTuber by the name of UnrealEnt. I believe it's UnrealEntNetwork. UnrealEnt, I believe. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. I'm honored that you would even come to me. First of all, thank you so much. You asked me, where do I see the Halloween franchise in 10 years? And do I believe that the cycle will continue? Will we get more Halloween movies down the line? Where do I see it in 10 years? First of all, I hope we even have a Halloween franchise to speak of in 10 years, the way it's going. I can't say where I see it in 10 years because when I was in school, I never knew that, as a matter of fact, I graduated in 2004, high school. I never imagined that 3 years later they would be remaking the shit, okay? That's just real talk. I couldn't imagine that in my wildest dreams, that they would do that to the Halloween franchise. Do I think the cycle will continue? Hell yeah, because they don't give a shit about the fans. Excuse my language. I'm just hot right now. I'm so hot. I'm burnt out. Because Rob Zombie killed my love for Halloween. You know, UnrealEnt, I watched Halloween 1 through 8 the other day, and I told my family I'm only watching 1 through 8. I'm gonna ignore the other ones. So where do I see it in 10 years? I hope we have a franchise in 10 years, to be real with you. Do I think the cycle will continue? Yes. Because people are selfish. They don't care about the fans. I'll go to your next question. Your second question is, if I could have a crossover with Halloween, which movie would it be and why? I would have to say Friday the 13th. Because Jason was my first love. Before I knew about Michael Myers, I loved Jason. I told that story so many times. I loved Jason, but I like Michael Myers now. So I want to see the two of them fight. And I hope Michael wins. And going on to your third question. Your next question is, what was my favorite version of Michael Myers? I don't know exactly what you mean. I'm guessing between Rob Zombie's version of Michael Myers or John Carpenter's. I'm gonna have to pick John Carpenter's. And if you mean which movie did I like him in, I really liked him in part 1 because he looked very strange. With the white face and the brown hair, it just looked weird. So that's the version I like. I like the classic version. On to the next question. Your next question is, what do I believe are Halloween's strongest and weakest points? The strongest points would have to be the music score, the idea that Michael is pure evil, he's a force of nature. The weakest points would have to be that stupid remake where they had to explain everything. I mean, yeah, I want an explanation, but not one like that. Michael was just a bitch. They turned him into a bitch in the remake. Like I said, pardon the language, but I'm really sick of all this remake stuff. Just make Halloween 9 already. Give it up. I'm gonna go to your next question. Your next question is, what inspired me to create a Halloween channel? Something that was solely for Halloween. Well, I have other franchises on there, but Halloween is the primary franchise. You are correct. And what made Halloween stand out above anything else? Let me answer the first part of the question. I'm a big Halloween fan, so I wanted to make Halloween videos and share my thoughts with the other fans. But I have to be honest with you, and I know this is not an after-school special, but I have to say this. My ego inspired me to create a Halloween channel. I wanted to be the best, which is okay, but it's all in how you handle it. And that was my original intention, was to be the best, to be number one. And it still is, but now I'm doing it for more pure reasons. I want to dedicate my channel to the memory of the late, great Mustafa Akkad. So, I started out as an asshole, I admit that, and I apologize to anyone that I hurt when I created this channel, because originally I created it just to show everyone up. But down the line I realized that the more important thing would be to dedicate the channel to his memory. And if I want to honor somebody's memory, I should do things the way they did it. And Mustafa wasn't that kind of person, so I don't want to be that kind of person either. And you said, what made Halloween stand out? Well, I commented on this in the earlier question. Michael Myers is pure evil. You know, you don't really know much about him. There's a kind of mystique there. Unlike with Jason Voorhees, he's just a guy killing people. But with Michael, something's a little off, you know? He has a very Twilight Zone kind of nature to him. He's neither here nor there. You know, as a matter of fact, I was watching a Halloween fan film, and they said, you know, when Michael Myers went missing after the webcam murders, that Michael Myers was everywhere and nowhere at the same time. So that's what makes him stand out to me. I'm going to go to your next question. Your next question is a very good one. How can Halloween gain momentum and appeal to today's audience? First of all, you would have to show them the first 8 movies. Get that Rob Zombie trash out of there. Just show them 1 through 8 and explain to them the importance of good storytelling. Make them watch all the interviews, all the John Carpenter, Mustafa Akkad, Deborah Hill, Dean Cundy, Irwin Yablans, Joseph Wolf, so on and so forth. Make them watch all of those people and make them understand the importance of good cinematic storytelling. It's very important, sir. I can't stress it enough. You don't need all that blood and guts to tell a good story. They have to know these things, sir. I'm not trying to sound like a jerk. I'm simply answering your question and letting you know that if you want to appeal to today's masses, you have to let the audience know the importance of these things, and you also have to have a producer that cares about the franchise the way Mustafa did. You have to have somebody in that office every day, even if they're only in the office for 30 minutes a day. But they have to come in every day and discuss what they're going to do with the franchise. They have to discuss new ways of enhancing the franchise and, you know, reinventing the franchise. Bring the fans into it, you know what I mean? Have Q&A on the Halloween Movies website every Friday night. Get Danielle Harris or Scout Compton or somebody like that and have Q&A every Friday night. Bring the fans in, sir. Do you remember when they had 25 Years of Terror? Do you remember that documentary when the fans would interact with it? That's the kind of thing that we need for today. We don't have that anymore. The fans feel lost. They feel like they don't have a voice anymore. That's why I have to be their voice. And I am their voice. So I'm going to go to your final question. But you need people that are dedicated to the franchise. You need a good producer. John Carpenter's back. Hopefully he'll stay on for good, because we could use him. Your final question is, if I could create my own Halloween movie, what kind of Halloween movie would it be? What would his origins be? And how would I market it to gain exposure? Well, sir, to be honest with you, I'm going to follow what Mustafa said before he died. I'm going to stop at 22. First of all, I would follow his traditions. And I would follow the traditions of Mr. Carpenter. I know that I've spoken against Mr. Carpenter in the past, but I recently made my peace with him. If he chooses to accept my apologies, then that's on him. If not, you know, whatever. But to answer your question, sir, I would bring him on board, and I would talk with him and discuss things that I could do to make things a little bit better. But in the end, at the end of the day, I would make Halloween 9. There wouldn't be any remakes, reboots, rehashes, regurgitations, recalibrations, reanimations, none of that crap. You would get straight sequels. This would be Halloween 9. The origin, the only origin you would get, sir, is the origin of Michael Myers. That's what you would get. There's your origin right there. And you know what? You know what else? Resurrection hit a gold mine when they had the high chair and the chain in it, and they said, was Michael Myers being kept in the high chair? He might have been. We don't know. They might have kept him in the basement. Maybe they knew he was crazy as all hell. They might have known that. So I'm glad you felt comfortable enough to come to me with these questions. And I hope I answered your questions correctly, and if I didn't, I apologize, and you can come back again and we can try this again. But we really need somebody that cares, and I am the man that cares. I don't care about money. I just care about the fans. I don't care about the general audience either. They can kiss off. The person that I care about, sir, is you. You are a Halloween fan. I'm here for you. That's why I'm here. I'm here for nobody else. I'm not here for the general audience. I can care less about them. So with that being said, sir, I'm the Michael Myers fanatic. I approve this message. Thank you for including me in your channel, and have a good day or night wherever you may be. Thank you very much.